All right, we're back with the Screen Team on today's Talk 930 KWOC. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. The show is all brought to you by Whitworth Gift Chest Jewelers, Fearless Social, and also Poplar Bluff Drywall. Right now, I'm being joined by Jake, and we're getting ready to review probably the greatest movie of all time.
Quite possibly, man. And it doesn't waste any time. It gets right down to it.
The movie we're talking about is an independent short film. It is called Kung Fury. It was released just a few months back in the summertime of 2015, and this is a Swedish martial arts comedy film, which was written, directed by David Sandberg. He also stars as the main character, Kung Fury. And this movie pays homage to 1980s martial arts and police action films. And one of the cool things about this film, Jake, was it was crowdfunded.
Oh,
and
yeah.
For our listeners who don't know that, basically what you do is you get on this crowdfund website and you ask people to help donate money to a particular cause or a particular project or something like that. And they raised over $600,000 for this project. So Kung Fury, I know that we said it was the greatest film of all time, but we want to let folks know that it's out there, it's campy, it's a B-type movie, but it's fun.
It is a lot of fun.
How did you first find out about this film, Jake?
I don't know. I was just playing around on YouTube, and I found this random new David Hasselhoff music video.
Okay.
And it was a song he did for the movie. I don't know how they pulled that off, but those folks that live over there in Eastern Europe love David Hasselhoff for some reason. So
those Germans and Scandinavians and all those guys, man.
So I found that, and then I found the movie trailer for it, and then about a month later, they released the film on YouTube. It's around a half hour long, but that's all you need. It's all this movie needs.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be any longer. It tells the story. I think it tells its story well. It doesn't waste any time. It's campy, but it's the perfect amount of campy to where it's just a really fun and enjoyable movie. Of course, there's bad language and there's lots of violence
and gore and people's head being blown off
but I don't know, the way it is done in almost such a cartoony way that it's just a lot of fun. It's just a really fun watch.
It's a lot of fun.
A lot of brief serious gore, but it's brief, so it's just gone. You know what I mean?
So you've got Kung Fury. He's a cop who gets bitten by a cobra, and he becomes like the ultimate kung fu fighting legend, if you will.
Yes.
And he's got to fight one of the baddest dudes of all time. He's got to fight off Adolf Hitler, who's Kung Fuhrer.
Kung Fuhrer
in this film. So he's got to go back in time to fight Adolf Hitler, and he goes too far back in time.
Yes.
He goes to the Viking Age and meets Thor and
Katana and Barbariana.
Oh, this movie is so much fun, man. It is so much fun. It is so ridiculous. It's so out there. It's so campy. But you're going to have a good time watching it. And that's what it's all about, being entertained, man.
Yes, and there's a lot of computer effects, and I hate on computer effects a lot of times.
Me too.
The way this movie is done, it just I don't know. It's got that kind of 80s VHS filter across the entire film, and I think the way they blended all the elements of practical elements and the digital and computer animated elements that are actually for what they spent on the movie, or at least what they raised to what they had to spend on the movie. They did a really, really good job with these effects, and they all look really realistic as far as everything that they did. It's a very stylized movie. Think kind of like Sin City stylized a little bit.
Yeah. It
has that kind of black and white kind of thing to it, but it's more of just old VHS faded kind of look.
Yeah.
A lot of dark textures like you saw in like Black Rain and a lot of those kung fu 80s cop movies. So
it feels like a comic book come to life in some scenes. Now a lot of the actors are from Sweden.
Yes.
So you can tell that they're doing like the almost like the Japanese
The overdub.
The overdub, where
Yes.
where it's not matching. The vocals aren't matching what the actors are saying, and it just, that adds to the fun of this film. Not only do you have Adolf Hitler, you also have dinosaurs.
You have dinosaurs.
What's the name of his partner?
Triceratops.
Triceratops. I love you like a father. So many good one-liners in this too, man. Oh, I love the part where you first meet Kung Fury, and he's up in his apartment, and he's got his girlfriend next to him, and his girlfriend is rubbing his arm, and he looks at the girl, and he's like, "Yeah, that's my bicep." Just random stupid things that's gonna make you laugh, man. You can find this film on YouTube. It's a lot of fun, but it's very, very campy. David Hasselhoff does, like you say, a song for the movie, and I think he also has a small cameo part in the film as well. So, did you know they were only $200,000 away from meeting the goal to make a full-length feature?
I did not know that.
They were $200,000 away from doing that, but I guarantee you some major studio is going to pick this up, and we're going to have a Kung Fury trilogy.
I think so. Because, we watched it the first day it was released on YouTube, and by the time that it only been posted for less than 12 hours, and it had millions of views already, like 2 million.
People weren't wasting time, man. This is going to be a moneymaker, and you're probably going to see Hollywood. Even though Hollywood has kind of gotten into this with a lot of Quentin Tarantino films, and what's the name of the guy who does Sin City, the Robert Rodriguez, and Frank Miller.
Frank Miller, yes.
So Hollywood is kind of putting their foot in it, but they're probably going to do it a lot more after this film. It's called Kung Fury. You can find it on YouTube. It's about 30 minutes long. It does have bad language, has a lot of violence, so keep the kids, the small kids, away from it. But if you like 80s films, if you like martial arts films, you're going to like this film. It's called Kung Fury. We have more reviews coming up after the break right here on Today's Talk, 930 KWOC.